Hi guys, Olive here. I'm here today to bring you some unconventional advice when it comes to choosing your next book. As a fellow reader, you may also have experienced that sensation when you first finish a book and you really don't know what to pick up next. I remember before I started on BookTube, book discovery was a real issue for me. I would finish a book that I absolutely loved, but then have no idea what to pick up next. But even if you have a bookshelf worth of books, as I do, it can still sometimes be hard to figure out what you want to pick up next. It's kind of like that I have a ton of things in my closet but nothing to wear phenomenon. But regardless of why you are struggling to figure out what your next read should be, I thought I would help you out in this video and give you some odd tips on how to pick your next book. Tip number one is actually one that I have had success with. That is, go to the Goodreads profile of a book that you love. Scroll down to the review section of its Goodreads page and sort all those reviews by 1 star. Find a particularly scathing review, go to that reviewer's profile, find other books they hated, and read one of those. This is actually how I found out about the book Crimson Bound by Rosamund Hodge. It was from a very negative review of Uprooted by Naomi Novik. In this review, the reviewer explicitly said that all the reasons why they hated Uprooted were the same reasons why they hated Crimson Bound. Since I loved Uprooted, I figured all those reasons why they hated Crimson Bound would be all the reasons why I would love it. And I did love it. Another one of my preferred methods for picking my next book is something you will have seen a lot if you're a regular on my channel, and that is the use of a random number generator. You can use whatever numbering scheme you choose. You could choose to number the books on your shelves. You could do what I do and go to the Goodreads to Read shelf and sort them all by number. And then you use a random number generator. I really like random.org to select a number. Whatever book is assigned to the random number that you chose is the book that you should read. My third tip for you is another one that I have used in the past, and that is to look up your favorite author, an author you've been loving recently, an author that you maybe have just recently finished that has put you in this book hangover in the first place. Research who has influenced this author's work or what they have been reading lately and enjoying, and read that. I read and loved The Enchanted by Renee Denfeld after I heard the author of The Night Circus, Erin Morgenstern, recommend it very highly, and I am currently reading All Among the Barley by Melissa Harrison because Helen MacDonald, author of one of my favorite nonfiction books, H is for Hawk, really recommended this one. My next tip will only apply to you if you enjoy spending time on Instagram. If you did not know, there are a whole lot of hashtags dedicated specifically to books. Searching the hashtag Bookstagram will bring you up a huge feed of photos to scroll through. You can see beautiful pictures of books, and also there are a lot of bookstagrammers who do reviews on Instagram. If you've not previously explored the book community on Instagram, I highly encourage you to do so. It's not just beautiful book pictures, although that is a component. You might just discover your next great read there. My next piece of advice is actually one that I pretty frequently give to my non-bookish friends who express an interest to me about picking up a book. When they come to me looking for recommendations, I first tell them to think about what other types of media they either typically enjoy or what they've been enjoying recently. So is there a movie, a TV show, a video game, a specific album that you've been really digging lately? Regardless of what that person picks, I try to think of a book that is either similar or hits similar notes to that piece of media. So in essence, what I'm saying is that you should try to think about the headspace you are in and try to find a book that matches accordingly. Since I've been giving examples for most of these pieces of advice, I will say that when my husband was really in a Mad Men kind of mood, I recommended he read Revolutionary Road by Richard Yates. And when he was really digging Mass Effect for a period of time, I had him read A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. My husband is very much a mood reader, so this tip has been particularly effective with him. Next, if you're finding yourself too focused on the front list, on all the new books that are coming out, why not try to explore the back list? There are lots of hidden gems to be found there. If you want a specific challenge when looking at the backlist, why not try to pick up a book that was published in the year that you were born? Bonus points if it was published also in the month that you were born. My next tip is something that I've actually been doing quite regularly to make up my classics TBRs every single year. What you do is you go to the Goodreads profile of someone who you consider to be particularly well read. Compare your bookshelf with their bookshelf, see what they have read and you haven't, and pick those up. You can also do this with the Goodreads profile of someone who you share a lot of common interests with, or if your taste in books very closely resembles that of someone else's, comparing your books against theirs on Goodreads may help you find a new favorite. If you find yourself really struggling to pick up your next book, you could always have one of your non-bookish friends or family members stand in front of your bookshelves and pick a book for you solely based on either the cover, the title, or both. If you're looking to be more shallow about your book selections, you can always pick a book whose cover matches your aesthetic for the day. Or finally, if all else fails, you can always get yourself a Nerf gun and just start shooting it at your bookshelves. Wherever the dart hits is what you read. The Nerf gun has chosen! So there you have it. Those are some unconventional pieces of advice when it comes to choosing your next book. Obviously, some of these are meant to be taken a little bit more seriously than others. I would love to hear from you if you have any unconventional ways of choosing a book for yourself, or if you're planning on using any of my methods. You can put that or any other comments or questions you may have down in the comment section below, or you can find me on a variety of different places on social media, including Instagram. All the links to my profiles are linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and good luck choosing your next book. Bye.